Yeah, hello, welcome to the another virtual event of SUGHYD, where I and Vishal Kera co-host this event. And today we are having José Neto, who is going to speak on the session Unlocking the Power of AI within Sitecore. So let's welcome him, and it's up to you now, Jose. Sorry.
Hello, everyone, and welcome for this session. I'll start sharing my screen. Just 1 second. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So first, I would like to introduce myself. So my name is José Neto, and I'm Brazilian. Born in Brazil, raised in Brazil, but currently I live in Europe. I've been living in Europe for the last 6 years, and I'm living in Poland. Here we have the map of Europe, and have Poland here in the middle. And well, it's a very cold country, and and I've been here for 1 year actually. And before I was living in Estonia, which is much colder country, but now it is just started autumn, summer just ended, and it was a great weather though, so everyone here could enjoy a lot. And well, I've been working with Sitecore for a long time. I've been in Sitecore for working with Sitecore for the last 9 years. And during this time working with Sitecore, I was able to be awarded Sitecore MVP for 7 times in a row. Also, I have the Content Hub certification. And for being, I would say, old in Sitecore world, I have Sitecore certification 8, I have Sitecore 9, also Sitecore 10. And I also have my blog, which I try to share some ideas, share some events, or things that we face during the day. Also be part of the Sitecore Community Mentor Program, which aims to help people to become MVP as well. So they have this wish to try to become MVP. It's kind of like a mentoring program. And also be part of the Go Horse team. And the Go Horse team, it is a teeny hackathon. And the hackathon, and it's a team hackathon. It started as a team hackathon. However, it's not just a team of hackathon anymore. We have like some meetings, and you try to produce some code even outside the event. We have our website. We will show you the link later. And I would like to share one slide just about hackathon. So what is the hackathon? And if you never heard about the hackathon, I really invite you to join this event next year. And our team, the Go Horse team, we've been participating in this, I would say, tournament for the last 8 years. And every year we try to deliver something. Hopefully, we're able to create something new each year. And every year they create some theme. And we have a few categories. And the category of this year was best use of AI and best model for Sitecore, for exam XP or exam cloud. And well, last year we had 4 categories, 5 categories. This year we have just 2. And we are kind of prepared for having AI. AI, it is the buzzword of the moment. And of course, we would have something with AI. And we have the opportunity during the hackathons. It is 24 hours. We have 3 people on the team. In this picture here on the right, we have me, José Neto. In the middle, we have Anderson Fortaleza. And on the right, you have Rodrigo Pepolau. So our team has participated in this for a long time and create some new solutions. And this year it was AI. We choose AI as a category, and we start to research what we could do during the tournament actually. So those 24 hours, all 3 were trying to find something and create something new. And we are able to create something new. We created one AI chat that is connected to Sitecore. So it is a connection directly from Sitecore to, I would say, ChatGPT, one large model, right? ChatGPT, everyone knows about it. Everyone is using ChatGPT. So we're able to make a chat assistant for Sitecore users. And it is more for marketers. It is the aim is for marketers, and it tries to help you to know the features about site correction. So it's also now it's called in Vipini. It's available on the Chrome Store and the official Chrome Store. And then later you can go there, type Go Horse in the Chrome Web Store. You'll be able to find our model there. Also, the code is available on GitHub as well, so it is public. And well, this was one contact. I would say my first contact to start developing with AI. And after that, I didn't stop, and I continuous work with that and try to create more solutions. So proof of concept or challenge. With AI coming to place, we have a challenge. And what is the challenge? We need to integrate all those tools that you have in the Sitecore platform, and we need to try to create something new. We need to try to create something that brings value to the users. And how can we bring values to the users? So that's what the presentation is about. We have first technology available. We have Sitecore as our platform. We have some search tools available as well. We have here in this case search tool is Coveo and also Elasticsearch. And we have our models. We have ChatGPT and also Metalometry. Metalometry, if you never heard about it, it is an open source model that is made by Facebook, by Meta, right? And we try to leverage all those three technologies together in a combination in a way that you can bring value to our customers. So how can you do that? How can you, what can you do with those tools? So I was talking about hackathon, and the first thing we did was a connection between Sitecore and ChatGPT. So we did this initial connection, and we are able to create this AI assistant for us, right? So, however, now our proof of concept here, what we're trying to do is expand this technique, those things, this prototype, I would say, and try to create something better. And by having search technologies available, like Coveo or Elasticsearch, what can you do with that? Well, the whatever if you have a site and this site you are using Coveo, Elasticsearch, or Sitecore Search, or any other technology that it is a search engine, you basically have a knowledge base there. So let's say that you have a client, and in this client you have this search engine, and this search engine you have like thousands of files there, and those files are basically a knowledge base, right? And you want to find a way to connect Setcore, you want to connect these search bases, and also you want to connect the models. The models are ChatGPT and Llama 3. You can choose the one that you prefer. In our case here, I tested both. I tested ChatGPT and also tested Llama 3 to see the difference between those two. Also, I tested Coveo and Elasticsearch. And why would connect those strings? What is the value of bringing this? So the value of bringing this is expanding the knowledge database, right? So when you make a search to the Coveo, to Elasticsearch, and you retrieve one file, you have a context. Let's give this name as a context. And by having this context, you can use this context and make a question to ChatGPT. What is the difference? If you make a question directly to ChatGPT, tell me about, let's say, pizzas, right? So tell me everything you know about pizzas. ChatGPT, of course, knows a lot about pizzas and is going to give you a lot of information about that. What if you have your knowledge database with your secret sauces? You have the list of all clients, thousands of clients that you sell pizza, and you want something more specific about that. So that's your knowledge database. And this information is private to you. You have just in your company. It's not a public available on the internet. So you want to combine the effort of using your search engine with ChatGPT. By combining those two information, you're going to have a much better tailored answer. And by doing that, I'm going to introduce you a new concept. This concept, it is called RAG, Retrieval-Augmented Generation. Basically, it tries to leverage AI you have a right AI, but you want to give some context. You want to give some relevant data. You wanna augment the power of the AI. You wanna increase the power of AI. So what's how RAG works? First, you have this retrieval phase. The retrieval phase is basically query a large data set, a large search engine, and get all the relevant information. By having all this relevant information in your hands, you have the second phase of the RAG, which is the augmentation phase, which is combine your knowledge database with the ChatGPT or with any other model that you have in your hands. So what is the benefit? Let's review. What's the benefit of doing that? It's improved accuracy. Basically, you have ChatGPT, is an excellent model. You have a lot of information about that. But by combining these two, by combining the knowledge that you have internally with the ChatGPT, you have much more power, and it's all about it. So you have the context awareness. This word I'd like you to keep in mind. The context is a very important word in this concept. Context, it is your document. You're giving information about what you're asking for. Let's say that you have ChatGPT, you have your search engine, you basically get all that you're looking for. Let's say a PDF, you pass the PDF to ChatGPT, and then you make a question. The ChatGPT will use all their knowledge database and plus your PDF file that you're using to. So they're gonna combine, they're gonna understand what you're doing, and it's gonna be able to provide you a much better answer. I'm gonna show here this slide now, and this slide we have a little bit better understanding of what I'm trying to say here. So we have our user on the left. Our user make a question to the a term, any term that's relevant for you. Let's say that you want the list of all clients that you served in the last, let's say, 5 years. You wanna give me all the list, give me all the clients that you have. Your search engine, your local search, your local knowledge database, you're gonna find the list of all clients that you have, and it's gonna bring you those files relevant to your doc, all your documents relevant to your clients. That's good. Maybe you have like a list of clients, but you want to know more about the clients, and of course this is, let's say, public information. In this way, you are combining the relevant snippet documents here, and you are passing as a context. Again, maybe a better example would be the pizza. I'll give you the pizza example again. So let's say you have a secret sauce, and you have a PDF with all your recipes, and then you want to make a question. You're gonna get the document of your recipe. Then this relevant document is the context. You're gonna pass to ChatGPT. Let's see. Let's get another industry. Let's get like let's say medicine about let's say you are developing a new drug, a new something that will help humanity. If you start to look, make a connection directly to ChatGPT, it's going to tell about something, but you develop something new. You have more knowledge than ChatGPT in this way. You have your own knowledge database. Again, sending this to ChatGPT, it's going to combine the two things, and it's going to get you a much better tailored answer. So here, what I'm trying to hammer here, it is the word of context and the use of context and passing your file as a context to the augmentation phase, which gives ChatGPT more power. That's what I'm trying to do. And why we would like to do this? You need to think that ChatGPT or any other model, they have, let's say, a cutting date, right? Let's say that they create the model and this model was updated in July. If you make a question directly to the model, the last information that they have about anything is July. However, in your company, you might have created a new document the next day, the 1st of August. And if you query about that, it won't be able to find because this is a specific knowledge that you have only on your on your company, on your knowledge database. And that's why the RAG is so relevant. The RAG basically overcomes this issue that you have of having a limited knowledge of the model. This cutting data that you had in the model, it's not going to be updated anymore unless you have a new model in a few months, right? Again, by combining your knowledge database that's every day, every week, your users in this website that you're creating are uploading new documents, you're leveraging your knowledge database with the ChatGPT, with the model, combine them together to give you more power. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the, oops, yes, here, about the search. In this case here, we create a prototype using Coveo and Elasticsearch, and we compare those two to see which one was the best, which one would be the best fit for our needs. Well, Coveo, it's a very famous one. It supports semantic search. However, there is additional costs, and I'm going to talk about more about semantic search. And also, if you want to develop your own RAG, Coveo is create an API that you'll be able to retrieve relevant chunks, relevant information from the files for you. And in this way, those chunks you use as a context again. But this feature will be available just at the end of this year. So this is something new that Coveo is implementing. And as Coveo is a search API, as any other API, you make a query to the API, and it's going to return the results. We have also Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch is a great search tool as well. It is very easy to index your site. You can just, there's a lot of connectors. You have SharePoint, and if you want to index all your files from SharePoint, Elasticsearch allows you to do that. You just need to plug in your SharePoint to that. Also, if you have a Google Drive, you can just connect your Google Drive, and Elasticsearch can index that. Elasticsearch has a lot of AI, internal AI things as well, but also it provides semantic search, also provides an API endpoint for perform any search. And all, of course, you need to check the plan, and those AI tools are new, and of course they'll charge you more for that. And then you can choose. But however, both tools are great. I tested both, and I work with both, and if you implement a RAG or use AI, want to leverage AI in your website, those are great tools to do that. So I talked a little bit about semantic search, and I want to dig a little bit into this subject. So let's review the concept of search, right? So what is a search? What is a lexical search? Search is that thing that we always know, always been there forever. It is the traditional search. Okay, so what is a search? Well, my search makes an exact match. Basically, whatever you type, it's going to find it. My search has a keyword dependence, my traditional search. So whatever you type, it's going to look for exactly that search. Faster results, of course, this technology has been there for forever. So whatever you type, it's going to bring the result for you. It's a very simple technology compared to semantic search. Semantic search will start to use AI in the background, but this we don't have AI integrated to this kind of search yet. Traditional search also has a limited context understanding. So whatever you're typing, it does not understand what you're saying. It does not interpret the meaning of that. It's just a word that's being queried in the database. It is very specific to the keywords also that you're typing. Also, usually there is no synonym handling. Usually you have to implement that, and it fails to recognize those synonyms. So also static responses. You type, and it never learns what you're typing. It just grabs the information to you. It is not able to leverage I would say, the understanding of the semantic search. And let's talk about semantic search. Semantic search is something that's coming. All those providers start to offer that, and semantic search, it's connected to the AI already. It's in the backbone of the search, and it's new. So first, semantic search interprets the meaning, so understands the intent behind the users. So it tries to understand what you're saying. Again, I spoke a lot about context today, right? So contextual relevance, so it analyzes the context of the words that have been delivered to bring you the results. Also, it's able to identify synonym words that are similar, that might have the same meaning but are written differently. There are variations on the phrase, but you are trying to find the same thing. So semantic search tries to understand that and brings you the search results that you are looking for. Also, I'll say dynamic responses. After a lot of interactions, you start to use machine learning as well, and learn how what you're looking for, and identify interaction patterns. Also, broader data analysis. It's be able to grab a lot of data, prove user experience because it's more intelligent. You'll be able to bring you a better search experience. Technology dependent, of course, we need AI to rely on this technology. Continuous learning. It evolves with new data and user interaction. So every time that user goes there and start to typing new things, you start to learn. Hundreds of users, thousands of users searching for some terms. The search can adapt to those users, can try to find better results, can combine results. So the semantic search is very different from the traditional search that we are talking about. Let's talk a little bit about this models as well, about the models ChatGPT and Llama 3. Well, we tested both ChatGPT and Llama 3, and well, ChatGPT is very good, very famous, relatively easy to make calls, of course. Llama 3, you might never heard it, and Llama 3.1 was just released also. And well, ChatGPT, you don't need to set up the infrastructure. You have the API endpoint, and you can just start to make those calls. That's really easy. However, what if you want to take control of the infrastructure? You want to do that. Well, now there is something called there is Amazon Bedrock. The Amazon Bedrock is a set of tools that are available with AI that you can set up. And Llama 3.1 was just released in Amazon Bedrock. So in July this year, now there, if you want to set up the infrastructure, you don't need to create, let's say, yourself a VM, install Llama 3, and you try to do the provision of the infrastructure. I made those tests locally. I installed Llama 3 on my local. Also, I installed Llama 3 on the VM that I also created to test the capability. And I start to make calls and test the performance. Start to make like hundreds of calls to ChatGPT, hundreds of calls to Llama 3 to measure and see the difference between them. Of course, Llama 3. ChatGPT was better because the scalability of that eventually got a better result. However, if you want to have Llama 3 is also possible. Using Amazon Bedrock, you are able to properly scale that, and you're able to select the proper infrastructure. And this way, you don't need to try to figure out what is the power of the machine that you need for that. So LM Studio and Llama. What if you wanted to start doing some development locally and you wanted to explore those features? How can you do that? Well, first you have LM Studio. LM Studio is a user-friendly interface. They are like it's I mean you just go there, you download this, and you're able to install on your machine. It is Windows compatible. Also is compatible with Mac, if I'm not mistaken. I personally installed on my Windows and are able to test that. What is this advantage of having LM Studio? LM Studio allows you basically to have your own API on your local environment. And this way you're able to explore the models. By having an LM Studio, it's a very friendly tool, it's visual. You can create your own server. So you can set up your own server, and by set up your own server, you're able to make calls locally with no cost. So if you wanted to explore AI and you want to start doing something and you don't want to pay anything, you can use the open source model. You don't need to pay for a license. It's possible to download this tool, and by having this local server on your machine, you're able to basically do anything. Also, you can set other kinds of models. You can set up Llama 2, Llama 3. There's also the model from Microsoft. So there's a lot of models that you can choose. You can choose very large models or smaller ones. Also depend your computer power. Anyway, as a developer, for a developer, this is a great way to start and a great way to have contact with AI. And I totally recommend you to do that. Also have Llama. And what is Llama? Llama will be, sorry, Llama will be the same. However, it is a command line. You need to do this by command line. And by having command line, it's more difficult, I would say. It has exactly the same capabilities. However, you need to read the documentation and write down and learn. And the LM Studio since it's like a very friendly interface, you can just figure out by itself and like when you download and install, you start using. Anyway, also I made a comparison between those two. The performance is similar. I mean, if you make 100 calls to LM Studio or 100 calls to Llama, it won't make a difference in your local machine. Or if you create a server for that, and you'll be the same. So basically, they run I would say almost the same files. It is you have to download the model, and they load the model on the computer, and both can create a server for you. And you can here we have an example of how to make a call to the API. So those are ways as developer to start having some interaction with those models as well. ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, everyone knows about it. We were talking about ChatGPT a long time. It is a buzzword as well. However, the ChatGPT 4.0, the version Omni, is relative new. And when I started with with the development of AI, I started with the GPT 3.5. And when we launched the 4, I was very excited. And the day I received the email about the launch of 4, I started to look for and what can I do with that? So I download the 4 and I start to try something. And I download to my phone. And first thing I tried to use was the voice interaction. And the voice interaction, I start to do the translation. So as I told you, I'm Brazilian, so I don't speak the local language of the country that I live. And I started to try to use the real-time translator. And for me, this was incredible because it could translate like so easily. Of course, you have other tools that perform this translation, but not good as ChatGPT 4. And let's see how it's going to be in the future. Let's say ChatGPT 5. Also, ChatGPT 4 has something very interesting that caught my attention at the same time. It is the real-time browsing. So we're talking about RAG and the capability of RAG of expanding the knowledge, right? So we have a limited model, and we want to know more about we need more information, we need more knowledge about that. And the model is limited. And because the model is limited, RAG technique comes into place to help you in your website. However, the ChatGPT has something very interesting, which is the real-time browsing. So if the knowledge is limited for ChatGPT, so the knowledge it is in a box, but not anymore with ChatGPT 4. ChatGPT 4 is able to go to expand their knowledge automatically, I would say. And how he is able to do that? He's able to do that by using the real-time internet search. So if you ask some information to ChatGPT and you're not satisfied with the information, and you think the information may be outdated, you can ask ChatGPT for to make a query to the internet. And in a real time, ChatGPT will start to look on internet and it'll try to find the response for you online on the internet. It's going to compile the results for you and going to summarize the results for you and bring you the best for you. So it's like really cool feature. And those two, I would say that for me at least, it is the best thing that I saw on the GPT-4 model. Well, what about training your model? Is that an option? I mean, we are selecting, we are choosing some models, right? So what we choose ChatGPT. We also choose Llama 3. What can I try my model? Is this possible to do? It is possible to do, however, it takes a lot of data quality and quantity. So yet it's not just uploading the files or like index the files. To create something like ChatGPT, you need to extract the data. And extract the data, it's easy. It's more difficult to do that and takes more time. Also, to create the model, you need a lot of computational resources. So on your local machine, it will not be so easy to do that. You need a very powerful computing power for that with a lot of GPUs. Or nowadays there are cloud-based solutions like Azure offers some things for you as well. So it's we try to think if we should okay, in our case, should we train our data? We have like thousands of files in our organization that you want to combine in ChatGPT. And at end of the day, we saw that the RAG technique was much better than train your own model. You can rely on the you can rely on the ChatGPT or Llama. You don't need to train your model. But if you want to do that, of course, it's possible. But there are some constraints. Well, here let's switch a little bit and talk about how to bring some value to the user. Here is one good example that we're able to come up with. Chat with the document. We in the hackathon, as said, we create a connection directly with Sitecore and the search. And by doing that, you will have like a box like this as a search. But here we are expanding this. And how can I expand this? This example is a chat with the document. What do you mean chat with the document? Well, chat with the document, you basically use the right technique and you pass that document as a context. And in this example here, I'm using the search results. And on my search results, I do have, let's say, oil and gas. I have here a PDF and I have a button, chat now. And once I click chat now, I will pass again the document as a context to ChatGPT. In this way, I'm using the RAG technique. I'm making a call to the model, to the ChatGPT or to Llama 3. I'm passing the context. What is the context? It is this file, oil and gas. And now ChatGPT can give me any reply that he knows about oil and gas, plus the knowledge that I'm uploading, the knowledge that I have here in my local search with this PDF. What else can you do with that? Let's say that you have your website, and your website you have some pages, and you have, let's say, a favorites page. You have your account on website, you're logged, and you added a few pages that you like, right? So if you want to summarize all those pages at the same time, you can use this as a context as well and ask the chat box, please, can you summarize all those pages, all my favorites? And this way, using RAG technique, you're gonna get the content of all those pages, or you can select the page that you want here, pass as a context, and make queries. And then you can talk in the chat box. You can talk to your document, to your favorites as well. So this is another way that you can use the RAG technique to in your website. Another way, let's say that you have a store and you have some books. And the books, you do have the description of the books, you have the pricing of the books. Again, you want to compare the books. You can use, let's say, add it to cart. You can add those carts to your to your shopping cart, and you can start on say talking to your shopping cart. You can, please, let's say I added 4 books and I do have the summary, I do have the information about those books. Let's say they're about engineering, let's say they're about IT, and I want to know just a little bit. Please summarize those 4 books for me in 3 phrases. Please compare the prices for me. Please look on internet or give more details about that. So you're interacting with ChatGPT plus you're using your knowledge, your context. In this case, the context are the books. So there are plenty of options to use RAG technique in website to try to leverage AI on your website and try to put this to bring new users to your website. Also, AI you can use in different ways, and I would like to show more ways that you can use it. So also you can use AI to improve accessibility of your website. You can use AI to generate the alt text. So you do have, let's say, a lot of image in your website, and your content authors are very busy and they cannot generate a proper alt text, or they are generating a very limited alt text. With AI, let's say uploading the image, we have image recognition nowadays, and using AI, you can leverage this functionality and extract the text from the image to try to create your alt text. And the alt text will be a brief description of the image, and of course, this will be used for screen readers. Also, is used in the Google search. So it's something important that you have, and it's a way that you can programmatically implement some AI and bring some value to your site as well. What if for developers? What I'm a developer, I want to start to use some AI and bring some value to me as well. What can I do? Well, we do have GitHub Copilot available, and GitHub Copilot is an amazing tool. It's AI-powered code assistance for you. Also, it is integration with Visual Studio as well, with Visual Studio Code as well, and it helps you with out-completing your code, code suggestion, refactoring. Also, use learning from context. So, learns from your code as your coding style. I try to understand something about the project as well. So this is a way for leveraging AI as a developer. And well, AI is here to help you. What if I'm a marketer and I want to leverage AI as well? So for marketers, we do have some things already. This is a tool created by Rodrigo, and Rodrigo Peplov is a Sitecore VP, and he created this tool available on internet as well. Great tool for marketers, and it basically assigns the profile cards that you have on your website. Well, how does it work? So let's say that you have a sports shop on your website, right? And you have like thousands of pages talking about hunting, fishing, skydiving, soccer, basketball, and you have those profile cards that you already created, and you have to go, page by page and assign them. This AI tool this basically is integrated with Sitecore using PowerShell integration, and can read the content of your page and automatically assign the profile cards for you. So it will be able to identify that this page is related to hunting, and then it's gonna assign the correct profile for you. So it is the beginning of tools that you start to see for Sitecore. Of course, Sitecore itself will start to create some tools like that in the future and bring in the new versions. But for now, we do have the community supporting those technologies, supporting this kind of code, and creating things for us to use right now. So this is one tool that's already available, and marketer can leverage. Also, AI for content authors. This was created in Hackathon. So as I said, Hackathon, the community creates a lot of interesting code, and that's a really great tool. Here you can check and fix the spelling of your website. Again, if you have like 100 pages of your website, you can run a PowerShell script here with the integrated AI, and it's gonna look and find and fix the spelling for you. Also, if you want to translate those pages, you have 100 pages and you need a Portuguese version, a Spanish version, Chinese version. This tool can help you to translate all those content that you have, creating the version, make the translation for you as well. Also, if you want to rewrite a little bit of those pages, this tool can help as well. So we are seeing a lot of initiatives from the community to bring AI into Sitecore, integrated with Sitecore. Also, here another tool that's been developed by the community by Rodrigo as well. He's creating this tool disable you to create the page with the context that you want. So by right clicking on the page, you're gonna have a box and you're gonna type what you want to talk about it. and this will create a set item for you with the content already integrated with your favorite model. So here is another example that's been doing that. I saw the beta version as well of this, and also generate the images. So create the text for all the Sitecore fields, and also if you want the image for that, let's say that you're talking about a soccer, a sport, it's also generate an image for you there. So basically, it filled up a whole page with content for you. So this is a great tool for content authors, all right? So they don't need to start the content from the scratch. So basically, we have AI for everyone. We have AI for every role in the organization. Everyone that's working with set core, or everyone that's working doing anything now, you do have the capability to find an AI tool for you. And if you don't have an AI tool for you right now, probably it's gonna be available in the future for you. So here I try to bring you some AI tools that are available right now for you. We have I spoke a little bit about the end users. So how bring more visitors to site. So the end users, I showed you the chat with document or chat with favorites. For developer, you have the GitHub Copilot. For the marketer, you do have this AI content profile for Sitecore as well. And for the content author, you have, of course, you can have ChatGPT, but now you have tools integrated directly with Sitecore. We have here the name Sitecore Gen AI and Sitecore AO. So we are seeing a lot of tools coming from the community, a lot of people developing tools integrated directly with AI, and that's what you can expect. We can expect to have a lot of buttons in the future in the inside core that somehow trigger AI by rewriting content or automatizing tools, and that's the future. And I'd like to end this presentation with some final thoughts. And this phrase, I think, it catches my attention. And it's the future of artificial intelligence is not about the man versus machine, but rather man with the machine. So if you're not leveraging AI yet, you soon be. And regardless of the role that you fit, the role that you have in your organization, some AI tool will come for you to help you. And that's it for today. So here I have my blog, I have my contact if you want to reach out to discuss something. We also have the blog of Gohor's team. And well, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. That was a really great presentation, and we did get to learn about RAG as well because I was also looking into AI and thought it was just only training models which will expire after certain time of data. But I think RAG is a very good advantage or a solution for continuous upgrading the data or the context. So that's a really good presentation. Open for questions now.
Thank you. Just gonna add to that you said. So exactly, RAG helps you to eliminate this problem of not have the data updated. Remember that every time that you're gonna the content always changes. Your users are creating new files and uploading on let's say on your SharePoint or in on your website. So it's a way that you use to eliminate this problem of limited knowledge that you have on those models. And it is a very powerful technique, and we eventually see RAG being applied in many websites, and it's probably going to be part of a lot of organizations. As I am seeing by now, and I also talked a little bit about semantic search. Semantic search is something it's coming, and the search will be more adaptive. Just to like OpenAI itself, it is launching a new tool. It is in test yet, it is a beta, and it is a search on OpenAI itself. So OpenAI is creating their own search feature. So search technologies are changing, and the landscape of searching will be modified in the next few months. We are gonna see new things coming up. We're gonna see those searches new integrated with the AI. So it is pretty exciting times in technology, and we are seeing a lot of gain of productivity in all roles, not just a developer, but as a marketer, as a project management. We are having all those AI tools to support us. And I think that's the thing. I mean, it's going to bring more productivity to everyone. We will be able to do much more with less, saving times, automatize repetitive tasks, even sometimes in the creative, as I show you, like create an image. So we already are able to generate the images just by giving the description of what we want, and also directly integrated with Sitecore, right? You can just type whatever you want. It's going to generate the image for you. It's not native on Sitecore yet, but probably this I expect to come in a few months in a few versions of Sitecore. So there's a lot of things that Sitecore itself can create and integrate, and not just Sitecore. Other CMSs will come in with those features as well. Other services will come with AI integrated. So we will be seeing AI be integrated everything.
Yes, I totally agree. Yes.
So if anyone has any question, let me know. If not, thank you very much. If you have anything, you can mail me or look me in the Slack as well. Send me a message over there to discuss. And it was really great to be in this user group. And thank you for everyone.
Thank you so much. Guys, if you have no questions, then we are good to drop off the meeting. Last chance about AI questions.
All right then, no questions, so no problem. So just again, thank you very much. And I hope you learned a little bit about AI today and some things inside core that you can do with that. And have a great day. Bye bye.
Have a great day, you too. Thank you. Bye. Bye, team.
Thank you, everyone.